Hi, my name is PJ McClure. I'm the founder of the Mindset Maven, and I'm the author of How to Disaster Proof Your Life: 6 Steps for Overcoming Any Adversity and Achieving Lasting Success. And one of the most common questions I get asked, especially at the beginning of a coaching relationship with somebody, is how do I develop more self-confidence? And the real question underlying that I find out that most people really have the problem with is, how do I believe in myself more? How do I actually achieve a higher level of belief in what I'm capable of? So what I want to talk about real quick is how to use belief, how to establish it, and how to be able to take a very small amount of it and help you go further. So whenever I first got into self-improvement in my early to mid-20s, the company that I was working for, they introduced it to me, and they did a lot of great things for me. I mean, heck, the introduction to self-improvement itself is a pretty phenomenal gift to give somebody. But the one thing that I've noticed over the years that they didn't quite get, and they're not the only ones, I didn't get it being there, I didn't get it for years after even leaving there, and that is the concept of belief and how it relates to goal achievement as well as to self-esteem. So what is belief? Belief is a mental certainty. It's a conviction in the truth, actuality, or validity of something that isn't tangible. Okay? There is no such thing as belief in the noonday sun. You don't believe that 2 plus 2 equals 4. You know those things. Okay? Belief is something that is just outside of the reach of what you've done before. That's belief. So back to the story. I would set a goal because they told me I needed to set a goal, and goals are great, but they would say, you know, if you want to be the kind of person that you can be in this company, if you want to have the kind of income you're capable of, you need to set big goals. You need to look around at the people that are achieving big things and set goals like they've got. So that's what I would do. I would set a goal. I would see what somebody that, you know, had the kind of lifestyle, had the kind of things that I wanted, and I would look at them and say, okay, I'm going to set the goals to do what they're doing. Bottom line is, I would set those goals. And intellectually, I would know, okay, if I just do this, this, and this, I can achieve that goal. But I really didn't believe that I was capable of it. I didn't believe that I could get it done. And then when I would set out for it and not make it, or just, you know, kind of fade off into the grass and never get there, I'd turn around and I'd gut it out and I'd set a similar goal. Or exact goal is the last one. Heck, maybe even sometimes I'd set it bigger. My goal wasn't big enough to drive me forward. And, you know, the difference between setting that smaller goal and not getting it and setting that bigger goal was that now, after not achieving the smaller goal, I had the added baggage and lower self-esteem of failure because I didn't understand how my belief level was really impacting what was going on. I could tell myself intellectually I could do it, but the belief just wasn't there. And what I began to realize, though, through the years of researching and coaching people and studying some of the greatest successes of our time, and then also coaching some people that have just been flat out mediocre, if not abject failures, to great levels of success, is that the reason we don't accomplish what we're fully capable of, even if we set a goal that is well within our means, and we map it out and we convince ourselves intellectually that we can do it, but if our belief isn't there, at the very best, we would get going and stall out. More often than not, though, people would be paralyzed by the lack of belief. They would look out at that big goal and say, I just can't get there, and they would never actually even get moving toward it. So what I begin to teach people is that if your purpose and your drive to accomplish a goal are in place, if you've really got a great reason for why you want to do it, but you still aren't confident in your ability to get there, then let's take a look at that map between where you are and that end goal. Look at the end goal and start looking at the intermediate steps between where you are and where you want to be. Once you've got those intermediate steps mapped out, you can take a look at the end goal. Do you believe you can get there? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, then you start stepping it back. Can I get there? Do I believe I can get there? Do I believe I can get there? Until you find a point that not only you know intellectually you can reach, but that you know in your heart, your gut tells you, yes, I believe I can get there. Then that's your focus. That's where you go. Now, don't feel like you're selling out on that long-term goal. You're not. What you're doing is you're actually just trying to get there, but you can't get there if you don't start. If you've got a goal that you believe you can achieve, you really believe that you can get there, you've got the purpose behind you, then you're going to be more apt to go after it. You're going to go after it and you're going to get the resources you need. You're going to recognize the direction you need to go and you're going to get after it. That's the key with belief. Don't try to stretch your belief further than what you can. Okay? Don't let anybody tell you, well, you just don't want it enough. All right? You want it plenty bad, but you got to believe you can get there. And once you've accomplished that shorter goal, first of all, your confidence is going to be at an all-time high because you've actually achieved a goal that you laid out. But guess what also has happened in the meantime? You reach that goal or you're almost there and you raise your head up and guess what you're closer to? You're closer to that long-term goal that you originally didn't believe you could make it to. And do you think that your ability to believe in yourself, your self-confidence, your self-esteem is going to be higher at that point? You dang right it is. See, every step along the way opens up more possibility and allows you to see that you can do more than you originally believed. And that's what's very important about it. Dr. Martin Luther King said, you don't have to see the whole staircase, just the first step. Take the first step. Because what happens after you've taken that first step, you can see the second step. Things begin to open up. You understand more and more about what's there in front of you. And the further you go, the more in focus and attainable the things that used to look unattainable become. Now, if you'd like to know more about setting and accomplishing goals, about establishing a greater self-confidence and using your belief to generate that self-confidence, I've got a series of 10 videos I'd like for you to have with my compliments. They talk about purpose, belief, and all the other things you need to be able to establish a life of true, lasting success. Just go to themindsetmaven.com/10 free. Enter in your email address and I'll give you access to them right away. Again, that's themindsetmaven.com/10 free. Drop in your email address and I'll see you on the other side.